Hello, everyone. Diego Cordero here, and welcome to one of my analysis videos for the PFL. So this is a series of videos. I don't know how many videos where I'll tactically analyze some bits and pieces from previous PFL matches that I found noteworthy. So today's actually January 24. There are no games this weekend, and that's why I had the idea of passing the time with some videos that talk about some tactical insights from the PFL. So for this video, I'm going to analyze a little bit of what happened last weekend with Tuloy FC. So for a recap, Tuloy FC beat Mendiola 3-0 to start the new year. So yeah, I want to talk about Tuloy FC for a bit. A team that offers something different compared to all the other teams in the PFL. And yeah, I think it's the idea about, tactically speaking, I think it's Tuloy's idea and bravery to play passes or to make passes that aren't so safe. They make these brave but risky passes or brave but risky, set plays or patterns that, sometimes it hurts them. That's why they lose by some big score lines from time to time. But sometimes it works out. And against Mendiola, it worked out. So here's my first image that I kind of want to break down. So this is John Diaz on the ball. He picks up the ball from the center backs, and you see the green arrows are, the passes that most midfielders would make, or the passes that most teams or most coaches would want their midfielders to make. Simple passes, obvious passes, and they're even good passes, I must say. Out wide to try and start an attack. But what John Diaz actually tries to do and does successfully is to make this line breaking pass. You see the red arrow. You see where the referee is standing. Diaz actually tries to find Nunez here on the end of the arrow. He tries to find him with this line breaking pass on the ground, and it actually pays off. You look how tight that lane is, but nevertheless, Diaz has the quality, to make that pass between three Mendiola players and to find his teammate in Nunez. So he doesn't make the obvious and safe pass. He goes for the risky and brave pass, but it pays off. And what actually happens from this is they actually get their first goal from this. So Nunez receives the ball, and in a split second, he makes his pass to the left winger where the green arrow is, and the left winger then gets the ball and he makes the first time pass into the penalty box where there's an on-rushing striker, and he makes the first time finish. And this is how Tuloy go 1-0 up. But what's actually very interesting is just a few minutes later, really similar, they get their second goal. So again, player here on Tuloy with the ball in the midfield. There's an obvious pass. The green arrow is the obvious pass, but no, he delays a split second and he makes the risky pass through, once again, through the Mendiola midfield to his forward player here where the red arrow is. So he makes that pass once again through the lines. Again, similar to the first goal. Makes that pass through the lines. And guess what? History repeats itself because this player, I'm sorry, I forgot who it is. I didn't screenshot it, but he gets the ball and he makes the pass once again to the on-rushing winger, this time on the right side, who then again is so similar to the first goal. He makes the grounded cross across the face of goal. And once again, like the first goal, it's a tap in. So that's how Tuloy go 2-0 up. A pattern of play that has been well coached, well drilled into them. You can see that, it's been coached into them because it happened more than once. If it happens once, you say, okay, maybe it happened a little bit of a, it happened one off, but no, it happened twice, which means it's a pattern that's been coached, it's been worked on, it's from the training ground. And then right after halftime, again, it happens again. You see, there's a player here. I believe this is Cyril Saot. Look at this pass that he's gonna make. There's no Tuloy player in front of him, but he recognizes the pattern that's about to happen. There's a player on rushing. Look where the player who's running into the space is when the pass is being made. He's nowhere near where the pass will end up. But Cyril Saot has the intelligence to make the perfect weight of pass for this player. I think this is Harry Nunez coming onto the end of this pass. Here's another angle. Look where Harry Nunez is and look where Cyril Saot is. He's gonna play the pass into no one, but he knows that Nunez is making the perfectly timed run into that space from midfield. You can actually see the striker of Tuloy makes a smart rotation as well because he attracts the attention of the left center back of Mendiola, and that just opens up the space for Harry Nunez to get on the end of this pass. And guess what Harry Nunez does? He takes one touch and then he finds the back of the net. And this is how Tuloy goes 3-0 up, and the scoreline stayed that way for the rest of this match. So this is how Tuloy beat Mendiola and got on 6 points. And you can see three really well worked goals, three tactically very interesting goals because you can see just how intelligent the Tuloy players are when they are on it. Unfortunately, they couldn't emulate this against better opponents in the first round, but they'll be hoping that after the new year, they started the year well. That when they face the stronger teams once again, they'll be able to pull off better performances compared to the first round. So there you have it. So glad you could join me, Diego Cordero, here for a tactical analysis of Tuloy FC. That has been it for this video. Hope you enjoy, and I will continue to make more of this over the next few weeks while we don't have any PFL action. Take care and be sure to watch my future analysis videos.